Hey.
Oh, Dave and Maureen, they have a beast of a system that is just continuing to gain some momentum here. We are talking about a very powerful nor'easter, and what it's already done has dropped a whole lot of snowfall for them. So they're expecting more on top of this. But there's a little bit more that we have to get into because there's about 800 miles or so of active alerts from the mid-Atlantic all the way through the Northeast. That includes a wind advisory for the DC metro area all the way up to New York State with a winter storm warning, and that stretches multiple states. And then north of that, continuing with a winter weather advisory too. How much snow is expected there on top of what they already have, and some of the higher elevations already have over a foot? Well, some of these zones closer to Boston could pick up about 12 more inches, or some of those higher elevations continuing with that trend, 6 to 12 closer to New York, as well as maybe the metro area of New York itself. The Big Old Apple, about maybe just a few inches. But overall, they have a huge impact zone from not only heavy snow, but gusty winds. They could have wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, coastal flooding, travel impacts expected up I-90. If you're traveling northeast or have plans to travel, just know that there are going to be changes in your flight schedules over the days to come. Dave.
All right, good heads up, Peyton. Thank you.
Good Tuesday morning, Northeast Ohio. I'm 3 News meteorologist PaytonDomschke. We have some continuous lake effect snow that's been ongoing through some of our counties this morning. Not widespread, so not everyone dealing with it, and we'll get to what everyone's dealing with because it is the cold, and that's going to last almost all day long. But something that's going to switch is where the lake effect is really owning itself this morning. Right now through Lorain, Medina, Wayne County, and yes, there are scattered flurries elsewhere, but I think the pivot of the entire system as the center of circulation continues to move away from us is going to lead to lake effect being elsewhere and move farther eastward as the day progresses as well. You can also see the trend just off of Lake Michigan too. The moisture plumes there grabs all of that from the water and then dumps some snow eventually, and that's coming down through parts of northern Indiana, through central Indiana, continues through the southern part of the Buckeye State too. As the system overall once again works its way farther east, it's actually going to continue to funnel a different system, and this is going to be a very powerful nor'easter. It's going to be national headlines for not only today, but in the days to come too, because this is going to have a huge impact to the New England area. They already have accumulating snowfall on the ground. Some zones over a foot of snowfall when it comes to those higher elevations, just the mountain ranges in that general area too. But not only that, it has a sharp northeasterly wind. So they're going to continue to see wind gusts above potentially 60 miles per hour, especially along the coastline there. And that leads to coastal flooding on top of it all. Not only do they have heavy snowfall rates too, that leads to power outages and then coastal flooding on top of it. There's just a whole mess. So you'll see that for the days to come. For us though, things start to improve. But today is March 14th, which is Pi Day. So I know that there's a lot of math teachers and students alike that will be reciting digits of pi. That is currently what the oven is set to. Don't go set to your oven to 3.14 degrees because it's not going to cook about anything. But as we open the oven together and reveal our temperatures for the day, we're going to be in the 20s for the majority of it. Maybe you have the ability to not work today and you can whip up a pie of your own in the kitchen. Maybe it's a pizza pie, whatever it might be. Just know that it's going to be a day well spent indoors, because even though our temperatures are going to be in the 20s for the bulk of your Tuesday, it's going to feel like we're in the teens. And as I mentioned, lake effect snow will continue for some parts of our area. If you're not experiencing snowfall, you're likely to experience cloud cover, blustery conditions. We do have wind gusts around 10 to 15 miles per hour. We could see gusts anywhere about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And as I mentioned, temperatures in the 20s, feeling colder. By tomorrow, sunshine does return to our forecast as high pressure takes control. It'll still be cool for mid-March standards. We should be in the mid to almost upper 40s. We're going to fall short of that. But for your Thursday, mild air does return. We're in the 50s. How does your Tuesday play on out? Well, some scattered flurries and then the pivot of the system as we see some lake effect snow own parts of Lake, Ashtabula, Geauga, far eastern Cuyahoga County as we go through the evening. If you travel I-90 maybe eastbound to and from Lake, Ashtabula County, Geauga, close to the PA state line, just know there might be some tricky travel this evening. Other than that, we start to erode the cloud cover overnight. That'll lead to a very cool morning tomorrow with us still in the 20s, closer to the lake, and maybe downtown as a metro area as a whole could be closer to 30, but still a very chilly start to your Wednesday. And your National Summer hour-by-hour forecast. Midday tomorrow, sunshine breaks on out. The area high is positioned almost directly over us, so that limits cloud cover. As a meteorologist can say, high pressure system, blue skies, sunshine, and we're going to see all of that come tomorrow in your Union Home Mortgage extended forecast. 31 today, 41 tomorrow, 50s though by Thursday. We'll see increasing clouds giving way to rain late in the day, and the rain does stick around, unfortunately, for St. Patrick's Day. But I know a lot of you still enjoying 50 degrees and maybe going in and out of different pubs and restaurants across the area. We get a cold snap back here though for the weekend. Just remember, today's going to be a cold one. We'll get through it and we'll see some sunshine tomorrow. Winter gear today, sunglasses tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.